Good morning, student. My class 10 Elasmere boys. In our computer application class, we are doing the chapter function. We are mostly writing the function with the keyword static. This is the last class of the function where I will solve two programs, same of the way with the keyword static and how to call it. Okay. We have two questions for today. Question number 3, which is write a program to accept two numbers and check whether they are twin prime or not. Twin prime is on two numbers. We have to check whether they are prime or not. As it is mentioned that I have to use the function as twin, and you can see there is no argument inside. Okay. The function returns 1 if they are twin prime, otherwise it will return as 0. And also it is mentioned that the difference between the twin prime numbers is 2. Example 5, 7, 11, 13. So both of the numbers has to be prime and their difference between them has to be 2. Okay. And there was no argument passed. Okay. So I can do the whole work inside of it without using any argument. So you can say, ma'am, what I'm going to do just to call the function over there. So that's exactly up to you how you are going to call the main method. Okay. So what I have thought about over here is that it is mentioned that use the function name as twin. So I will use the function name as twin. I will do the scanner class inside of it, which is another way. It is not necessary that all the time we have to call it from the main, means call it definitely from the main, but not accepting the values, as there is no argument mentioned over here. So main method will just going to call the method, and as per it the return type will occur. So let's start the program. We will find how to solve it. It is a previous folder. Let's open to new class. I don't have a name twin prime, so I'm just writing the whole name as twin prime to give my class name, because my method name is twin, so I can use the name as twin prime. So I'm writing twin prime, clearing out, and start writing with import java.util.star, and then I'm going to write class twin prime, and here I will write public static 1 and 0 I am supposed to print, so it should be int. The return type of it will be int twin. Okay. Now my scanner class I will write over here. So because there was no argument mentioned inside. Okay. So I will write new scanner system.in. Okay. I will accept two values here as enter two numbers. I will accept two numbers over here. One I will point out as A, so I can write it sc dot next int, and next value I will point out as B. Sorry, I will have to write int B, so I will write next int over here. Okay, these are my two numbers. Now I need to check whether they are prime or not. So I need some variables for that. I am taking the variable I, comma j. I'm going to count their result of whether they, how many factors they have. Okay, so suppose for the factors of a variable I'm using if a, and b variable I'm using if b. So for if a I'm initializing that as 0, and if b also I'm initialized as 0. They will count the number of factors. Now let me run the loop. I will write int I. Oh, I have, as I have declared I am just going to write int I equal to 2, I less than equal to, with the number divided by 2 with I plus plus. This is the one way you can write the loop. If you want, if I do like this, then my factors will be, there will be no factor for prime number. Okay, but if I change my loop from the number 1 till the number I less than equal to the variable a as I plus plus, then I will get 2 factors. So I'm showing it both of the way for you, so you can understand any of the loop you can write for checking whether it is prime or not. So over here I will write if the number a mod I equal to 0, then if a plus plus. Okay, in terms of the other number, which is j, as I said, I'm going to write the 2 procedures, b by 2 till the number half. Why I'm doing half? Because if I assume the number, suppose 32, the greatest factor of 32 will be half of it, which is 16. It cannot have any more factor than that. So I will write j plus plus, same procedure, if b mod j equal to 0, then if b plus plus. As per my question, as per my loop, what I wrote is that if a will not have any factor, sorry, if a will have 2 factors. So if a equal to 2, I can keep it in bracket, and if b will not have any factor. Okay, in my question it is mentioned if it is twin prime, it will return as 1, otherwise 0. So both are twin prime, that fact I know. Another thing I need to know is that their difference, as it is mentioned, it has to be 2. So whether minusing a from b or b from a, it has to be 2. Now I don't know which is a greater number. So over here I'm making a tricks of it. Okay, it can give me a minus value. Now just to remove that checking, I'm writing the function math.abs, because this abs absolute value will remove the sign. If a minus b, okay, if that part will equal to give me 2. So I don't know whether b is greater. Even if b is greater, it will give me minus 2, and math.abs will remove the minus sign. If that is valid, then I will write return 1, else I will write return 0. Okay, now I'm closing it and writing the main method. So public static void main, and over here I'm going to write only calling part of the function. So to call the function I will write if twin, okay, if this twin, and I don't have a argument, so it will be just blank, equal to 1, I will write system.out.println both are twin prime, else system.out.println both are not twin prime. Okay, so you can say one thing, that as there is no value passed, so I don't have any formal parameter over here. Okay, sorry, actual parameter over here. neither I have any formal parameter over here, because the values I am accepting inside these methods only. Okay, this is another way depending on what question is mentioning you. Okay, as in my question, after twin, there was no argument passed. That is why I am intentionally, I have to take the values inside this method only. So let's compile it. There is no syntax error I'm getting. So let's close it and let's check for twin prime with the void main. I did the palindrome program previously, so let me clear it out. In case if you go into a infinite loop, you know what to do. You just have to option close and right click on it, reset the virtual machine, and then back again, run it. I'm giving two numbers 11 and 13, and it's pointing that both are twin prime. And then after that, I'm again running and giving numbers again another which is maybe twin prime, 17 and 19. Yes, they are the twin prime. Now I'm giving a number which is not a twin prime. Suppose 23 and 53. Both are not twin prime. So we can see that the way we did the program is correct. We are getting the correct output. Let's move to the next set of question, which is our question number 4 and the last question of the day, pointing as write a program to find the sum of the given series to n terms using the function name SUMINT. So here back again, int is right in the bracket. Maybe the variable name is not mentioned, that does not matter. We can use any variable name, which means that I have to use a method called sum, and the argument need to be passed from the main. So there will be actual value and a formal value too. And the series is given over here, which is 1 to its next variable, 2 term, second term to its next variable, third term with its next variable. Okay, so let's start with the program. My method name is sum, so I can write my class name as series. So I'm writing class name as series. I'm opening it, clearing it out, and writing with import java.util.star class series, and then I will write first the series. I can write the main method. Okay, so here first what I'm doing is that I'm writing the main method first. So public static void main, and I'm writing scanner sc equal to new scanner system dot n. Okay, sorry. And then next line I'm writing system dot out dot println in the bracket, enter the nth term. That is what I have to ask from the user. So int n equal to sc dot next int. Fine. Now I have to call the function and I have to show the result. So let me see what result it is showing. It is displaying the sum of the series. Okay, it will going to display the sum of the series. Okay, so there is nothing I need to conditioning validate, that if it is 1 then it is a prime number, 0 then it is false, nothing like that, only just to print the result. So I don't need a if statement over here. What I need is to just to call the function to print the series. There is two way. One is if I can write like this. Suppose I can write as it is a series. Okay, it's just a multiplication series, so I can use the int, otherwise I can use double also. So int s equal to, over here just call the function. I can call sum with the value which is my actual value, and later on I can print the result. So I can write print sum of the series as capital S, as it's holding the result. This is one procedure. If I want, the other procedure is that I'm just going to omit it. I'm not going to write it. I'm just going to call the method directly over here. So this is the another procedure. So either you can use this procedure to write it, or you can use the next procedure which I have mentioned over here. It's up to you. Choice is yours. That is the reason I have put it in comment. Comment will not validate this line anymore. Okay, we can comment like this. Now next I'll move to the writing the method. So I will write public static, okay, int sum with the variable int n, which is my term. And now I will write how to do the work. Here also I need to do the sum. So I'm taking a variable called, you can take any variable. Suppose I take a variable total. So I write total, okay, and I to run the for loop. I will write for I equal to 1 term till the I term is n with the value I plus plus. How I'm forming? It is 1 into 2, 2 into 3. So whatever the term is my right now, so it will going to be in a shorthand operator. Whatever my term is right now, okay, that part plus, so it is into, so into the next associated term, 1 then with 2, 2 with 3, 3 with 4, like that. Okay, as I'm writing just only one statement after for, so I'm not giving bracket. If you want, you can open and close curly braces like that. Once I finished it, the result, the sum of the series is stored into total. So I'm just going to write return total. So the resultant variable I am returning over here, as it is not mentioned 1 or 0. So what actually the work is going on over here, the task to display the sum of the series. So sum of the series is present in the total variable and I'm returning it. The same total will going to be stored in S, and either I can print the variable capital S, or even if I call over here sum n, from there the total will going to come over here. Okay, so let's close it and let's check for the errors. No syntax error I'm getting over here, so I'm closing it and let's run the program. I had the previous work, so I'm clearing out first and let's run the program. So I'm giving it up to the term of 4. Okay, so it is pointing sum of the series is as 4. So let's see how it is working. Suppose I have the first term as 1 into 2. So that will going to give me 2. This is the first term. Second term will be 2 into 3, which will give me 6. Next term I'm going to give 3 into 4, which is going to give me 12. And the fourth term, which is 4 into 5, will going to give me 20. Okay, so my result has to be the sum of it, which is 2 plus 6 plus 12 plus 20. Okay, so that is equal to coming 6 plus 2 is 8, 12, 20 and 40. So as my answer has given me 40, which is a correct answer, so I can say now that my program is correct. Okay, and I got the result correctly. I can close it. So this series I'm returning not 1 and 0, not if else, because I'm just returning the sum. These are the last two programs related to function using the keyword static. Okay, over here, especially in the method, when user defined method, we will always use static in the main, but after this class, whatever the methods we are going to use, we will not use the keyword static in the mentioned method. Not in main we will always use static, but otherwise we will not use the keyword static. So if I don't use the keyword static, what are the changes I need to do in my program? That we will see next class onwards. Till then, please stay at home, and as I keep on saying, keep washing your hand, maintain social distancing, do the homework, learn the new things, come up with your queries, solve it out, so that this audiovisual way we are learning the new things will be more helpful for you in near future. Thank you, boys. Take care. We will see you in the next class.